So that's the stuff we're looking for right there. Come back to the shaft. Booyah! Phase 1 of step 1 complete. I'm thinking about doing a series called Modern Day Miner, Rags to Riches. And this is my true story. We're on a patented mining claim. Get down in the drifts and workings and see if any good ore is available. Today, we want to get down into the mine. We're gonna sample them all differently, so to see which one runs the richest and go from there. Oh, there's a piece of high grade I just picked up. It's on the side of the pile. You can see all the hematite and vuggy limonite in this quartz. And this is a piece of high grade. We're gonna keep that. Dun dun dun. So here's our trench shaft. You can see we got wall rock, and they trenched up here. I found a little bit of the vein exposed right there at the surface. We could potentially work up that way. So here we're dropping into trench and then shaft number 1. Down in here we got a whole lot of muck to clear out. We can see the granite wall rock here. We got some porphyry and granite here as well. But we're way down in here digging this out so we can get down here in this bottom and have a safe entrance and exit if need be. So here you can better see the wall rock and the trench up. The vein is about 3.5 feet thick in this area. Looks like it widens out down here. So the mullock heap, the tailings pile, is up here all the way over. I'm throwing general garbage muck off to the left, new modern stuff, so that way, you know, I'll know this is untouched. And then if I see anything questionable that doesn't end in the high grade bucket, I'm throwing over here or up on this edge. And the reason we chose this one is because, I don't know if you can see, it's the shallowest down. It's only about, well, 10 feet down, where the other shafts drop, you know, 30 to, one of them drops 700 feet straight down. So we're gonna work on this. So we've already been digging for a couple hours. Got a little bit uncleared. We got a grate in here, a door. We're gonna secure all this so it's safe, but we still got a couple tons more of material to remove. This is where it comes down to really wanting it, guys. I really want it. I got an opportunity here. I'm the right point in my life. I got time to do this. A little bit of resources on a shoestring budget, but if we find enough gold, we can fund our operation. This is something a lot of you small scale gold miners can do. First off, you need to find a good claim and or property. I'm fortunate where I have quite a few claims and some access to some really nice historic mines as well. This one's gonna be my primary project. I've already done some sampling on the main. We got some really good free mill gold values. Very, very light in sulfides and pyrites, which is fantastic. And this is what we small scale miners and hard rock prospectors dream of. You know, stuff we can actually dig with our own two hands, use our brains and smarts, a little bit of modern technology, and liberate some free gold. Exciting. Here's our first peek into the shaft. You can see the tunnel veers off that way, comes back this way as well. They got some shoring. Looks like this big old slab might fall. That might be something to mitigate and or definitely further support. But what's really cool here at the top, you can see the vein runs from here to here, and try to zoom in. That dark layer in the middle is the glory band from everything that I understand, and this is going to be really darn exciting. Well, we're getting closer. We got the top cleared off fairly well. Got a bunch of material around the sides, a little bit up here to stabilize and make safer. Taking off some wall rock here, and then we got this foot to clear out as well. I've been shoveling like a maniac for about three hours. Well, this is where we're at now. I don't know, you might be able to see something down here. Day 2, we're getting closer. Get a little creative. We got a whole bunch of big old boulders that I can't lift out of the hole up in here. This guy right here, it's a big chunk of gneiss. It was twice the size before I started, and this is working really well. It's fracturing, and I'm able to move the smaller pieces out of the hole and whittle the rock down. There we go. And here we go, big boulder down to nothing. The last couple strikes. Well, that worked beautifully. Now we got to get him up and out of the hole. I forgot my gloves down at the truck, so I don't like wasting trips back and forth. So before I head down to the truck, I'm going to fill up a bucket with hand-picked ore samples off the tailings. So I'm just going to pick them up, run it down to the truck. Booyah! Phase 1 of step 1 complete. We got the top grate cleared off. We still got a foot grate here and a door going down in this way. Take a look at that. We just dug this whole area out. I'll probably take a little more off the top so we have less stuff falling in. I'm actually going to leave this section because it protects from falling rocks, big ones coming down in on me. So we're definitely going to leave that in here. Then we have an entrance down in this area. This goes way down there, trenching along the vein. And what's really cool, I can look up. I don't have enough light, but down in here you can actually see the actual veinal material they're running after, and there's definitely still some left in there. Well, we just came down the ladder for our first look into this shaft, trying to see how the vein structure is running in this area, roughly at what dip, and the dip is the angle to parallel, so up and down. Here it looks like we're dipping down this way. We got a little tunnel over here we're going to explore. And then back this way where we're going to be real careful not to touch anything, and we're going to bring rescue gear with us because this slab is a little precarious. But I'm going to see how far that goes as well. But I can see right here, this is where they found the vein at the surface. So this middle part where the light is, let's see if I can dim it. This thin brown part is the high grade portion of the vein, and it goes all the way up, and they found it protruding at the surface up there. Now to me it looks like we got low grade or mid grade from this point to, where is it, from this point to somewhere up in here. But this would be the highest grade streak right there. So we got some blocks that are falling off. This one's, let's take a look down this way. So here you can see a little bit better the mineralization. We got little bands of hematite and iron that carry the gold in this area. And it looks like towards the surface the vein is pinching out, but it appears to get wider as we go down here. Loose. Here's the vein again. Closer look. Some good looking material. I'm not too comfortable chiseling at this without doing some prep work to the surrounding wall rock. Here we got a little room. And it looks like it ends. It's possible that it dipped down further here, but this material is dropped in from the above entrance. So here it looks like, here we have the hanging wall, which is bounded by this somewhat mineralized gneiss. Here you can see the gneiss much more. You can see the characteristics of the gneiss much more right here. And there's an old blast hole. And this looks like as far as they went in this shaft. So the gneiss runs this way to this contact. I believe this is a dike intrusion. So where the dike meets the gneiss, there's a fault that is mineralized and carrying gold, and in this case this is it right here. So this little nook is actually stable enough to where I would feel safe working. You know, I'd pry off some of these smaller slabs, but it looks fairly sound. Could continue on this. So that's the stuff we're looking for right there. Come back to the shaft. All this material here is fallen in from the surface. But I can see that the main tunnel level is roughly there because it's the same height as it is on this side. So I'm not too worried that we have a big gaping hole going down here. Looks like these timbers were from up above. So let's go see what we got down here. Now here we can really see the vein. We got gneiss on this side. This mineralized portion, there's a little bit of copper, tons and tons of this hematite. And this band to roughly here looks like it could be of paying quality. There's some material left up here before you see the sky. I'm not sure. Looks like we got some fresh dirt coming in here. Got a little rat's nest. Pretty tight quarters. I'm hunched over. I'm really hunched over and kind of crawling down back in here. But in this portion, it looks like the vein's actually about 3 feet thick. Now this is where it ends. So from looking at above, there was a pit roughly this far in that direction that looked like it was backfilled and or nature did it. So that's what all this fresh loose sand and dirt is, which is a shame. I'd love if it was connected. but there certainly is some good ore left in here. I might want to attack this one from the outside, come back in and work this surface portion. So that's as far as this shaft goes. Whoa. Pretty wild. Now I've been digging on the shaft, opening it up for days. Lots and lots of effort and work. But all this hard work wasn't for nothing. You know, now we know we wanted to open up in case the tunnel's connected so we'd have another exit in case of emergency. Two, we're learning about the vein structure, the angle of dip, the type of rock the ore originates in, what the host and wall rock looks like. And we're finding out quite a bit, which is cool. All this information will hopefully come together to give me a plan of attack, find some ore bodies to mine, and hopefully develop this prospect a little bit more.